Hello, folks, and welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Aew to Love, here with their Aew Dynamite review for December the 4th, 2024 edition. Another solid edition, I felt, of Aew Dynamite, with mainly centering around the Continental Classic. Again, we had some solid matches, Kyle Fletcher versus Shelton Benjamin to open the show. That was very good. We had in the main event Brody King versus Claudio Castagnoli. Some good stuff. However, AEW is facing criticism, which I'm not surprised because, well, I'll tell you about it. So, I did watch Collision. It was very sound for the Continental Classic matches. So anyway, main thing. So we had, the main thing about Collision were the three Continental Classic matches. We had Juice Robinson versus Will Ospreay, Daniel Garcia versus Kazuchika Okada, and also we had Kyle Fletcher versus the Beast Mortals. But the big thing, so in the opening match on Collision, we had Will Ospreay versus Juice Robinson in the Gold League. Now, the Beast Mortals already took people by surprise, including me included, in the Blue League. But I figure, okay, one guy, no harm, no foul. I mean, let's face it, in these tournaments, there's someone that probably winds up with no points anyway and is going to take the fall. So it's like, okay. So, anyway, we get to Saturday's Collision. And we get Will Ospreay and Juice Robinson. A sound match it was. However, there was a spot where Will Ospreay went over the top and he went to roll up Juice in like a a Style Clash like position. And Juice's foot got caught under him and unfortunately broke his foot. So he still finished the match. Ospreay landed a hidden blade, and there was that. He got 3 points. But the main thing was Juice in his first match in the tournament broke his foot and fortunately could not prevail for the rest of the matches, or could not compete for the rest of the matches in this tournament. So they had to find a replacement. And who they turned to? Kommander. And it's like, all due respect to Kommander, but they have a loaded roster. And to go from Juice to Kommander is such a downgrade in appeal, to be honest, for the tournament. So it's like, yeah, Mortals, all due respect, but still in the Blue League. And then now you have Kommander in the Gold League. Now, you still have a number of guys left in the tournament, but, this is obviously taking fire for AEW, and Tony Khan is taking criticism because he couldn't find anyone else besides Kommander. It's like, we had Jay Lethal taking losses after losses last year in the tournament. And while I hate seeing Jay Lethal lose, I'd rather see him a lot more than I would see Kommander and the Beast Mortals. So I mean, you get my point. It's like, yeah, you have a lot of guys in the. It's like Brian Cage, Lance Archer, both a part of the Don Callis family now. Those are just two names, but still. Anyway, so Ospreay now has 3 points. That was one thing. Kyle Fletcher, he beat the Beast Mortals as expected with a brainbuster to earn his 3 points. First 3 points gearing into Dynamite. And then, what was a sound, fun match between the current Continental Classic champion Okada and the current TNT champion Daniel Garcia, which I'm not surprised the decision went the way it was with a draw, a time-limit draw. Daniel Garcia had Okada in the Dragon Tamer, but Okada would not tap out, and thus it went to time limit. So, very solid. Our first draw. We both got 1 point in the turn. So, interesting. But obviously, the big thing is Juice is out of the tournament, and Kommander now in the tournament. So, I mean, we still have a number of weeks left in tournament. So, yeah, but again, the appeal of the tournament just went down a notch. Unfortunately, with hopefully Juice recovers well, because you know it's odd. We haven't seen the Guns in a while due to injury, and now we won't be seeing Juice for a while now either. So Jay White's friends are getting limited, unfortunately. So now let's get to Dynamite, shall we? So, again, solid edition. So first, we got to Kyle Fletcher versus Sean Benjamin. This was a hell of an intriguing match in the Blue League. First time ever, at least in AEW. I mean, Kyle Fletcher, they are, well, Sean Benjamin, first off, beat Mark Briscoe last week to open the tournament, and a part of the Hurt Syndicate. So how would this shape out against a young stud, which they're seemingly keep building each week in Kyle Fletcher? How would this go down? Well, right outcome. But this was a hell of a match. You know, Sean Benjamin, his suplexes look as lethal as ever. I love the stipulation of everybody banned from ringside. So, I mean, you know, big kick by Sean Benjamin. Sean Benjamin was obviously the favorite in this match, as Don Callis on the commentary. Yeah, this is a fun match. In the end, Kyle Fletcher used cheating tactics, rolled up Shelton with the ropes, and got the win. And then right out of dodge, he noted to Dawn on commentary. You know, it's like, hey, leaving now. So yeah, getting out of dodge. And Kyle Fletcher now has 6 points in the tournament. Dang. With wins over Beast Mortals and Sean Benjamin. And he faced Okada on Saturday. So, interesting. We shall see. But I'm glad for Kyle Fletcher, the pro star. I mean, again, when he beat Ospreay at Full Gear, I said this is a possible star-making moment. Well, it's kind of a classic. Certainly interesting. Hook. He was out there. We have not seen Taz in weeks as he still recovers from surgery on his knee. So, anyway, so Hook was out there and he was irate. He wanted a microphone. So, the report was the other day that because AEW is going to be running Hammerstein Ballroom at the end of the month, there is report that Hook and Nick Wayne were going to have a match at Hammerstein Ballroom later this month. So then Nick Wayne sets himself on Collision and therefore prompted Hook to want to get back a reply saying he'd rather have a match and challenge Christian Cage to a match at Hammerstein Ballroom and for him to beat up Nick Wayne right now. So he called him out, and Shayna Wayne, Chris Cage were on the stage only to provide a distraction while Kip Sabian and Nick Wayne tried to pick the bones, but Hook fought him off best he could, and then it did kind of feel clunky, but in the end the numbers game were too much by the patriarchy, and Christian Cage, in the end they hit a concerto on Hook's wrist. That was certainly a first. We have not seen, I don't think we've ever seen a concerto on someone's wrist. So, certainly interesting where to go from here, because Christian Cage and Hook thought that was the general direction. We'll see. Mercedes Moné. She was asked because Camille was knocked out over the weekend on Collision, and she was asked if she had anything in mind or any comments. She just said, "Don't mention that name to her again," and talked about the Anna Jay Penelope Ford match happening later. After Anna Jay having some comments about her. So she just said that she would have her eyes on that match later. So there you go. The Hurt Syndicate. So MVP and MVP and Lashley were not too happy with Shelton Benjamin backstage. Hence, not really so much that Shelton lost, that how Kyle Fletcher got out of Dodge unscathed. MVP said bluntly, he's not mad, he's just disappointed. So, all of a sudden they beat some security up, some backstage guys in the back, and then MVP exclaimed, "That is how we do things." So yeah, Shelton still has 3 points, still has 4 matches left, a few matches left in the tournament. So, I mean, Yeah, Sean still has to face Okada, the Beast Mortals, and then who else? I'm forgetting someone. But yeah, nonetheless, he still has 2 matches left in the tournament. So I can't wait to see Sean versus Okada. That's interesting in and of itself. But yeah, so next. Oh, why not? I'll just look it up really quick. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh yeah, Daniel Garcia. So yeah, Sean Benjamin still has to face Daniel Garcia, Okada, and the Beast Mortals. So that's 3 more potential chances to get points left in the field. The Dynamite dozen Battle Royal. I'll be honest, this felt really thrown together because, you know, at one time or not, MJF's Dynamite Diamond Ring meant more. And then it's like, oh, we get the notification. It's like, oh, last week the Dynamite Diamond Battle Royal is gonna happen. So it's like, okay, there. And then it's not your prototypical Battle Royal, where it's like the last 2 are gonna face each other next week at Winter's Coming for a chance to fight MJF at Winter or World's End. So we shall see. But this felt ordinary, nothing special. It's like Evil Uno was in there, members of the Dark Order, Don Callis family, you know, Lance Archer, Brian Cage, Kyle O'Reilly. It's like the only one that got an entrance was Adam Cole, and the way they slot this in the middle of the show, I think that really also irked people. But anyway, Final 4 were Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Brian Cage, and Lance Archer. So right off the bat, you know who's gonna be the final 2 with what they've been bleeding into. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly. So there we go. And that's the match that's gonna take place next week. And then obviously Adam Cole's gonna win. And then we're gonna get MJF and Adam Cole 1 year to the day where Adam Cole, aka the Devil, made his reveal with the Undisputed Kingdom to take out MJF after he lost his world title to Samoa Joe. So, no surprise. I mean, should be a fun match between Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly next week at Winter's Coming. But this wasn't anything special. So, that's all I'll say. Swerve Strickland versus Max Caster. if you went to the bathroom, this was probably over by the time you got back. Now, Caster had a little segment backstage with Bowens and Billy Gunn, but Max Caster was, he went out there, he got a hell of a rap, one of his better raps against Swerve Strickland, but only the right outcome, as he got squashed by Swerve Strickland. So it's like, it's the only outcome. Max Caster is not going to survive long if he's a singles competitor in AEW. So it's like those being critical of the Acclaim possibly splitting up. You got a point. Me too. And Swerve Strickland, it seemed like he called out Bobby Lashley for a rematch, which we may get at World's End. Who knows? I wouldn't mind seeing another match. MJF, he talked about Adam Cole, saying, well, Adam Cole's reasoning is that he turned against and betrayed MJF before MJF could turn on Adam Cole. And saying he had no proof in that, saying that let's look at this butterfly effect that's happened. Because of your actions, Roderick Strong suffered an arm injury against him at Full Gear. Because of his actions, MJF is no longer the world champion. Jon Moxley is, and is taking this company under hostage. Because of what Adam Cole is doing, he's going to have to face Kyle O'Reilly next week and beat the crap out of him in order to just get to MJF. So it's like, while Adam Cole is trying to portray himself as the hero, in reality he's the villain, according to MJF. So we shall see. To be honest, I just can't wait to get to Adam Cole and MJF. I mean, too many toxic people in this community, to be honest. And yeah, I can't wait to see Adam Cole and MJF. Jay White taking on Pac. This was a heck of a match. Excalibur sounded a little odd, saying this was the first time ever in AEW, when in reality that is not the case. Anywho, fun match. Pac really suits the Death Riders, and glad to see both these guys on TV. Jay White won with a Blade Runner, but the big thing was after the match. So, after the match, Jon Moxley, Yuta already got involved during the match, but Marina Shafir, Jon Moxley, and Yuta were all involved. Afterwards, Hangman made his desires clear that he's after Moxley, and they had a bit of a stare-off while Hangman was on the stage. So then Orange Cassidy, disguised as a cameraman or a fan, he appeared right behind them with a cable and started choking Moxley. So it was a big brawl, beatdown, what have you. And they were on the ring where Orange Cassidy hit Norge Punch, Jay White hit a Blade Runner on Mox, and then Hangman hit a Buckshot Lariat on the Mox as temporary alliances formed last night. So it seems like we're headed to a fatal four-way for World's End, potentially between Mox, Hangman, Orange Cassidy, and Switchblade Jay White. That would make one hell of a match, one hell of a main event for World's End. Now I'm here for it. So we shall see. And it was made for next week. Jon Moxley and Pac versus Jay White and Orange Cassidy. So yeah, temporary alliances were formed. We shall see. Jamie Hayter, she talked about Julia Hart interrupting her the last couple weeks and her mind games, saying I'm not sure behind her motive, because talking about her triumphant return at Wembley, saying that many people are upset about that, talking about how when she came back to AEW she came to right wrongs. Well, we shall see. She'll come to fight her on her terms, not Julia's. So, we'll see. Mariah May, she did have a bit of a sit down with Renee Paquette ahead of her match next week at World's End with Mina Shirakawa. So, yeah, World's End next week is looking interesting, I'd say. Interesting. Anywho, so yeah, we shall see. Next up, main event. Brody King versus Claudio Castagnoli. Main event. Gold League action. Winner gets 6 points. Or winner is up to 6 points in the tournament. The two big hosses in the Gold League. This one's going to be interesting. Rematch of last year between two of the big guys in the tournament. So, yeah, this was a fun slugfest, physical encounter. Two guys trying to beat each other up from the get-go. In the end, though, not surprised that Claudio would use cheap tactics, as with now being a part of the Death Riders, he needs momentum, and this was a down and dirty slugfest fun match. But Claudio won it with a low blow and then a neutralizer on Brody to get the 1, 2, 3. And Claudio now up to 6 points. Now currently leads the Gold League. So yeah, currently as we stand, Kyle Fletcher, Claudio, after 1 week, currently lead their respective leagues. I would expect Claudio to win the Gold League, but it's going to be interesting to see what we do down the stretch, because we still got Ospreay and Claudio next week, so that should be interesting. And then we got Darby versus Ospreay in 2 weeks. So yeah, things are looking up. We still got we still got Ospreay and Brody. So that's another thing to look forward to. But yeah, we got still got some fun matches to look forward to in the rest of the Continental Classic. So we shall see, folks. But yeah, that's my Aew Dynamite review for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, you know what to leave a like, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you guys are new, hit that subscribe bell, hit the notifications as well. But thank you guys all, and see you guys next time. I'm Aew, to love. Peace.